I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Nay.
Motion carries with one nay.
I'm making a motion to adjourn this special executive meeting.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Okay,
Okay. This is a regular meeting, Tuesday, December 8th.
but you can't start this.
We still got
You can't start this early.
6 minutes.
Yes, I can.
It's his last.
What do you mean I can't?
Smile at your neighbor, wish him Merry Christmas. Hi, how you doing?
Hi, Lon.
Hi, Lon.
Where'd Lon go?
Oh, hi, Lon.
Hi, Lon.
He's on time. So it depends what your meeting you're looking at.
I think you're by Cecilia, Lon.
You're right there,
Right
Lon.
here? There you go.
I'll try and get to your 6 feet.
Keep moving me around.
Welcome.
We're just about at capacity here.
That brown guy, he's everywhere. He's another 3 times in a day.
Yeah, another guy. We have 5 minutes till I can officially
Yes.
lower the gavel on the new.
How you feel about that?
I'm ready to
Smile
go.
at the person next to you and say hi.
Sorry.
You got 4 minutes
Yeah, thank you.
for your final gavel.
Done this a few times, so,
Don't be putting your pen up.
oh, yeah.
It's the fullest I've seen the parking lot.
It's the heritage thing. It's a federal plaza. They don't like where the road's coming in.
Andrew's here, the clerk's office is there.
Ta-da.
Bless you.
God bless. God
And
bless.
again,
Excuse me, don't get scared. It's just
It's all that pepper in the
He
air.
was up there.
yeah.
Looks like he
I
got
have a
us some.
cold bottle of wine waiting for me at home tonight. As soon as I walk in the door, I'm gonna pop the cork.
You have plenty of glasses?
Yep, you can come by if you want. You're welcome.
No, it didn't. No, he does all the way down to. Okay, cool.
Look at all that you've got, Jack.
No, you got 2, 3 pages. I only
Yeah.
got 1, 6 pages. 1, 2, 3, 6.
That ought to go
pages.
pretty quick.
Yeah.
Two-minute warning. 2-minute warning. More than Cecilia. And when she talks, she may have to say.
Okay.
All right, Mayor, 1 minute. Boy,
Can you hold your breath that long?
oh, held it longer than that. Thank you. Annie gave me hers. 'cause she has it.
She'll need it. She got it.
I'd like to call the meeting to order. Would you join me for the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Roll call, please, Madam Town Clerk.
Councilmember Kelly,
Present.
Councilmember Turner,
Here.
Councilmember Perkins,
Here.
Councilmember Mendoza,
Here.
Councilmember Best,
Here.
Vice Mayor Miller,
Here.
Mayor Croft.
Here,
and
thank
our
you.
attorney is remotely.
All right. Introduction, presentations, and proclamations. Presentation by Kathy Heath from Laser Large Animal Shelter Rescue regarding their organization and the rescue missions they perform. Kathy, come on up to the podium, please. You have to talk to the council, please. How are you this evening?
How's that? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Town Council. Thank you for having us today. I'll try to make this brief. I know you have a lot of business. Thank you. So I'm here to tell you about LASER, Large Animal Shelters and Emergency Readiness. We are a new 501c3 nonprofit, all-volunteer organization working with Yavapai County Office of Emergency Management in times of disaster to shelter barn animals for our communities during evacuations. Evacuations can happen as a result of many different types of disasters, but as you know, how do I advance that? Click. Oh. That helps, thank you. Yay. Okay, as you know, wow,
Well, that was quick.
That
there.
was quick.
Did that make your eyes go crazy?
Got a
It
whiplash
did
out of
mine.
that.
As you know, wildfire is the biggest concern here in Yavapai County. Because of no monsoon this year, and last year was not very good, we are expecting next year to be even a higher risk, and we are preparing now. FEMA recognizes most people will not leave home without their animals. So this is not just about the animals, it's also about the safety of our neighbors. The other way. Our mission is to provide safe shelter. It's a dual mission, safe shelter for the barn animals and to provide emergency preparedness information to the public. And our vision is that every barn animal has a safe haven in disasters. So Animal Disaster Services has been the organization working with domestic animals, dogs and cats, since 1999. But over the years, things have gotten a lot worse around here. The fires have increased with intensity and frequency. Our population is increasing, and more people come here for the rural lifestyle. They enjoy their barn animals. So now we have LASER for sheltering the barn animals, along with the Red Cross sheltering people and Animal Disaster Services for sheltering the small animals. We have a great partnership with the County Board of Supervisors. They understand the importance of our mission and the impact on our communities. We have a great partnership with the team in the Office of Emergency Management at the county. They help us, they guide us, and they direct us, and they activate us. We have a seat in the County Office Emergency Operations Center during disasters, so that helps with logistics and communications. As I said, we're a 501c3. We're a 6-person board of directors, all volunteers. With the support of our county, communities, and businesses, we operate with a strategic plan, fundraising, and outreach. These are the animals we shelter. All equines, goats and sheep, pigs, fowl, llamas, rabbits. ADS, Animal Disaster Services, handles the small domestic pets. We do not accept cattle, herds of cattle as a rule, but we will not turn down a backyard 4-H project. So we protect the animals with special training for our volunteers and special care. We are activated by the Office of Emergency Management. Our volunteers are alerted and scheduled, and the shelter is opened quickly and open 24 hours a day until after the evacuation is lifted. We train our volunteers to assist with the setup, to effectively intake the animals, to keep track of the records, to oversee their welfare, feed and water and clean, and assist in any other ways that we need them. Our volunteer training, our volunteers must pass the county's background check and orientation, and then they are required to pass different levels in laser for our own training, depending on what they want to do. We have refresher courses and practice drills. We rely on our volunteers, and an application, if anyone is interested, is available on our website. We have various shelter sites set up. 2 of them are active and ready in Prescott Valley. We have an agreement with the county to use the shed rows out by Arizona Downs and the Prescott Rodeo Grounds. The Frontier Days people have offered us the stalls there as long as there is no other event. But we are working on a site here in Chino Valley with the Chino Valley Equestrian Park, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. We do have an overflow site at the Humane Society here in Chino that can accommodate maybe only 30 animals, but we still have to get stalls built there and bring in some panels. We plan to expand to other areas throughout the county as the years go on. We've noticed the I-17 corridor was a hot spot this year. There were 3 different fires out there, so we're looking at an area to shelter out near there. We launched a campaign to raise funds to build this shelter. We need about $40,000 for 80 stalls and about 12 small animal pens. We have built a storage shed. We need our supplies out there. We're going to need lighting. We need signage and maybe a generator because we're there 24/7. We suggest that people can sponsor a stall for $500. A small animal pen is $400, and your name will be put on a plaque, your business, or maybe in memory of a loved one. This is the site. So far, we received a grant from the Arizona Community Foundation. We have 21 stalls on the ground. We're about to order another 15 because of the great response we've had to our fundraising campaign. So this is, actually we're at $15,800 now, 39%. There's different ways people can donate through our website or on Facebook. It takes a village to do this, and these are some of the organizations and people who have stepped forward already sponsoring stalls. The equestrian community in this area is very tight-knit and very strong. Our standard of care, we keep very secure records to make sure that all the animals go back to the proper person. We have veterinarians from Prescott Animal Hospital on call at any time that we need them, and we have clear policies about visitors at the shelter. We have launched our emergency readiness part of our mission and making more presentations lately. We have a speakers bureau, and we've done a lot of media contact with public service announcements and articles and interviews. So we have, come here, 7 steps for safety. This is part of our message to the community, to prepare an evacuation kit and be ready to go, to adopt fire-wise practices in your home, and prepare your barn area for safety. We suggest that you register for Code Red through the Sheriff's Office. We advocate having a neighborhood evacuation plan, teaching animals to load in a trailer easily during stressful times, and becoming familiar with various ways outside of your community in case your favorite way is blocked. We have our fundraising program because, as I said, we need supplies out at the Chino site. We're badly in need of stalls and small animal pens to accommodate at least 100 animals. We have a donor program. You can be a ray of light with various donation levels and some appreciations connected with those. Our outreach program, we have a YouTube channel. How about that? We have made presentations to various organizations, including the County Board of Supervisors. We have our Facebook page and, like I said, our public service announcements. To date, in our first 22 months, we have responded and been activated 5 times. We have 2 shelter locations ready. As I said, we're working on Chino. We have 55 trained volunteers right now with over 600 hours of training. We have our supply trailer, a command post trailer, and equipment shed already erected in Chino. And we've been working very hard with administrative improvements. So public and private partnerships are essential. We hope that the town council will endorse us and help spread the word about laser. We may need help from you if we go to pursue more grants. Sometimes we need letters of recommendation. So we want you to at least let your communities know about what we offer during disasters and help us spread the word. Thank you for your time. I'm willing to take any questions if you have any.
Questions?
Not me.
Kathy,
have-
thank you very much for coming
Thank
doing your
you.
presentation.
I do have brochures and I have
Okay.
information with me. I can leave it with,
If you'd leave with the clerk.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right in front of the pulpit.
You don't want to be a clerk?
I want to be retired. I'd like your
Thank you, Kathy. We'll see you again.
mayor, sort of like that.
Mayor, I'm gonna ask for some volunteers to step out and allow the officers that are here for the presentation to come in so that we can try and keep it at 25 in the chambers, if that's okay.
There's a whole bunch of officers out here,
How many do we need?
Can we go?
quite a few.
Could you step out temporarily and, till we have a presentation with officers, and then we can come back in?
I can step up.
Me too.
Yeah.
Sorry. Is that enough? Should be.
I'll go.
We could hold a meeting out in the hallway.
He said no council member. Thanks, you guys.
I'll just eyeball it. Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
Take one for the team.
Close enough.
Well, every time the police show up,
I know
everybody
Laura
leaves.
volunteered too, so.
Hey, Chief, run you guys in. Let the Elks in.
That's half the problem.
Yeah. Good evening, good evening.
That loud stuff's out there.
Imagine that.
We need your police officers. We need your police officers up here, don't we? Come on, guys, come down. Don't be shy. Come on down.
Put out the house for you.
Come on. Come on.
Oh, look at this guy.
There you go. Amy, Mark?
Hello, sir.
Good
How we
evening.
doing?
Come on and get around here, please.
Hey, you guys hiding in the back.
We're here for moral support.
Okay.
Are you there? Okay. Do we have the right group?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
You ready, Mayor, sir? Mayor, future
Okay.
Mayor, Council?
Oh, what's his name?
I didn't call you anything.
B, presentation of Chino Valley Officer of the Year by the Chino Valley Elks League.
I'll let Beverly talk.
Let Beverly talk.
My name is Beverly Swandy, and I'm here representing the 120 Chino Valley Elks. This is probably our 10th year at giving out this award, and normally we have a banquet and we do it up, but because we're chopped it down this year, but we're still going to honor our police because you know how important they are. And I hope they're all here. And you can see how they're supported by the crowd behind us.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask our lovely police chief now
Lovely.
to explain this award because it's a little different this year. We did not give it to one individual.
Okay.
We gave it to a team. There was a incident, like a murder, and this team solved it. So they wanted the award to go to the entire team. So the plaque this year has all their names on it and is going to hang in the police station.
Great.
Chief,
Great.
would you like to go on?
Thank you, Beverly. I think she basically covered it. I'm sure everybody's aware that we had a double homicide at the beginning of this year. Not just a double homicide, probably the most complicated homicide I've seen in my 30 years. It involved not only my team, but thousands of hours of volunteer work by the sheriff's office and many other departments. But our guys coordinated all that, and it came to a good resolution. They were able to apprehend the suspect, and most importantly, they were able to locate the bodies. It was a very gruesome thing. They were buried in Iowa. These guys had to make 2 trips to Iowa, and end up bringing the evidence back. And very, very complicated case. And they worked so hard on it, and endless hours. I don't know what they did the week they were in Iowa. Probably several hundred hours of no sleep, just work straight through. So this year I just felt like they really deserved as a group to get this award. And it really should go to the whole department because these guys did all the, they were the front of it, but everybody helped out. I know Detective Pizzi, he did a ton of work tracking down videos and things off of the highway going business to business and locating those things because they were all part of our evidence. But the patrol guys that worked the scene and everybody that supported them, really deserves this. But I do love these guys. They did a great job. So you guys step up. This is Jeff Pizzi, who I just introduced. Vicky Ferguson, who's our evidence crime scene tech, and she was up there in Iowa. Detectives Garcia, Chamberlain, and Sergeant Pareda was in charge of the investigation. So it's kind of a unit citation, and you guys can come up and accept it. Sarge?
Get ready for pictures.
Do you want to read what it says, please?
Yes. Chino Valley Elks Lodge 2842, presented to the Chino Valley Police. Team Award for Working Homicide Investigation, Detective Amy Chamberlain, Detective Mark Garcia, Crime Scene and Evidence Tech Vicky Ferguson, Sergeant Mike Pareda, Officer Jeff Pizzi. In grateful recognition of your dedicated service to the Chino Valley Police Department and the citizens of Chino Valley. I do really appreciate the Elks. Beverly and I have been doing this, like she said, for almost 10 years, and we had to kind of make some modifications this year because of the COVID, but they're always there supporting us, and we really do appreciate that.
I think I've been at their meetings 9 years, so they do a good job. Yeah. Yeah. Can Matt? Do you need to get them around for a picture?
I'm sorry, I didn't introduce Scott. He's my partner in crime to organize this whole thing.
Can I interrupt for a clap?
Sure.
Can we all get closer in spite of the virus? Thank you. I'm sorry. I don't do it to anybody. Thank you very much. Thank you. This is a prosecutor.
Yeah, real quick, Amy wanted to make sure we mentioned, Casey Harris is the Yavapai County attorney. She actually made one of the trips out there with us to Iowa throughout the whole case, and she's prosecuting and handling this case right now. So she's gonna be the one going after our suspect, but she made that trip just along with us while we were there, so.
Hey, can we see your face? Thank you.
Yeah, whoever's on call. We get
Just take it home.
Okay, we get out of here and you can go on with it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, your crew. Thanks a lot. Thanks to all our police officers for the work they do.
Congratulations, Mr. Ex-Mayor, almost.
Yes, thanks. Appreciate that.
Thanks, guys.
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Swan, I gotta talk to you about my pump.
Yeah. Yeah.
Side door, please. This way.
Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
Okay, let the people back in. Let the people.
Yeah.
All right.
Should they s-
We can skip it.
Hmm?
Skip the next.
No, no. Chief, I didn't know you had a new name. Lovely Chuck, is that?
Not anymore.
Lovely, wow. I'm impressed. Okay, I'm gonna go on to item
D.
C.
D.
Recognition of Jack Miller for his service as vice mayor from December 2018 until November 2020. And Jack and I work very closely. I'd like to recognize him for the great job he's done helping me.
Thank you.
And we've learned a lot together.
Yes,
Thank you very much for what you've done. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go on to item D. Recognition of elected officials for the following years of service, and this is up to the town manager.
Do you mind if I steal your mic?
Nope.
Mayor and council members, thank you. It is my honor to recognize Mayor Darrell Croft, who has been in our council area for almost a decade. 2 years as a council member, 3.5 years as vice mayor, and now this last 4 years as mayor. So it's been my honor and pleasure to work with you, and we've kind of been having a 2-week-long goodbye, but
Yeah.
thank you for everything you've done for
Well, thank you
the
for your
community. We also want to honor Mike Best, who also has almost been on a decade long in serving our community, and part of that time as well as vice mayor. And then Jack Miller, who has been our vice mayor and a council member, and now will be going on to be mayor, but that hasn't happened yet. Just a couple items down.
It may
But we
not.
have some gifts that we'd like to pass on to you guys,
It may
so.
not.
You can't run now.
It
Jack.
ain't over
Yes,
yet,
I
Jack.
This is for you.
Oh my.
You need to open this in front of everyone. This was from.
You really want to embarrass me, huh?
Yes.
Thank you.
However.
However,
Hope it's candy.
It
Pair of
is.
shoes.
It's
That's
candy.
what I was thinking.
Wine.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, neat, that's very cool.
yeah.
My wife will love that when I wake her up in the morning. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
From me personally, and, said you had a full bottle of wine at home. Now you have two.
Oh,
So I also want to recognize Rick for,
thank you.
MD 2020.
I don't need to get up early anymore.
Thank you.
I do share, and most of you know where I live. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Oh, this is one of Ron's mother's.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Cheers.
That isn't one of his, but.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Miller.
But I think I speak for the whole community when we say thank you. Thanks for all you've done.
And pass it to you.
I want to see. Can I see that? That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And I didn't even make it.
Oh wow. That's gorgeous.
Aren't they neat, huh?
Nice.
Are they good for coffee?
Yeah.
Yes,
No, I got a clock.
anywhere you go. Yes. Annie, they are.
That's awesome.
No, you can't borrow it, Jack. Okay.
He got his own.
Got his own, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Good.
Thank you, Cecilia, and for the personal gift, thank you very much. We spent a lot of time together, and
Yeah, we have.
we've had a lot of fun.
Read the card at home.
Yeah.
Don't read it here.
Before I tear up, let me go on to call to the public. I think that's the next one, isn't it?
Yep.
Correct.
Call to the public. Call to the public is an opportunity for the public to address the council on any issue within the jurisdiction of the council that is not on the agenda. Public comment is encouraged. Individuals are limited to speak for 3 minutes. The total time for call to the public may be up to 30 minutes per meeting. Council action taken as a result of public comment will be limited to directing staff to study the matter, scheduling the matter for further consideration and decision at a later date, or responding to criticism. Is there anyone who would like to speak to the public? Call the public. I see a hand back there. Come on up. Please tell us your name.
Ed Albus, resident of Chino Valley. And a month ago I was here and I presented to the council the idea of a moratorium of 18 months on RVs staying at people's homes for the purpose of caring for some of the people who don't have places to stay now and families trying to help their members. I don't know if the council had a chance to speak on this. I have not had a contact, so I'd love to hear if you had a chance to debate among yourselves the options. But this is why I'm here right now, just to see if you've had a chance to bring any clarification to it or if we can go forward.
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, the mayor did delegate that to staff, and I was just informed today that staff has not had a chance to get back with you. So our apologies.
Okay.
Staff will get back with you shortly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for your service.
Thank
All of
you.
Thank
you very
Thank
much.
you, Ed.
Anyone else? Hearing none, let me go on to 4 current events, summaries, and reports. This item for information only. The mayor or any council member or town manager may present a brief summary or report of the current events. If listed below, there may also be a presentation on information requested by the mayor and council. Questions may be answered, no action will be taken. Status report by mayor and council. I don't have anything. Anyone on the council have anything?
Well, just for information, I understand the bids are going out for a light. Bids are going out for the light at 1 North. So it's
Where's-
not that far in the future, you'll be able to have a signal.
And Supervisor Brown is right back here, and he's shaking his head yes. So how long is that taking?
5 years.
Has to do with the movement of all of the utilities.
Yeah,
It's
so
6
it'll take a
months.
while. Okay, thank you. Anything else?
Not me.
How
Have a Merry
about town manager?
Yeah, just 2 short things. So I just wanted to recognize we have Josh McIntyre in the room. He has now just been promoted to lieutenant, so I thought we should recognize him.
Yay! Congratulations.
And because of the Christmas holiday, we are having no study session this month, so this is our only meeting. Unless something unusual comes up, we'll call a special meeting, but right now this is it, so.
Okay, good. Everybody seems happy. Okay, let's go on the consent agenda. All those items listed below are considered to be routine, may be enacted by one motion. Any council member may request to remove an item from the consent agenda, be considered and discussed separately. Do we have anybody who would like to pull anything on the consent agenda?
No.
Then I'll
I'll
need a
make a
motion to approve.
I'm trying to, but you're talking.
Oh, okay.
I'll make a motion, we approve consent agenda items 5A, B, and C as written.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second it.
Motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Let's go on to item 6, action items. Council may vote to recess a public meeting, hold an executive session on any item on this agenda pursuant to ARS 38-431-03A3 for the purpose of discussion or consultation for legal advice with the town attorney. Executive sessions are not open to the public, and no action may be taken in executive session. Okay, let's go on with item A. Consideration, possible action to approve the 70% police building design, approve the First Amendment to professional service agreement with Stro Architecture Incorporated for completion of construction plans, and authorize a full direct staff, and authorizing direct staff to arrange the financing option and solicit bids for construction. Chief Wynn and Mr. Duffy, who is our finance director, has
Yes, sir.
decided to.
So I have a very brief presentation this evening.
He's learning, Jack.
Good.
Just a real quick recap for the council and the audience. On August 11th, council approved the 30% schematic design. I had 20 from Stroll Architecture. At that point, we got busy. We had numerous meetings with staff, the architects. We had members from the general public in. basically trying to get the concept down and what they needed. The department staff did a wonderful job of determining what they needed, the amount of square footage, what they're going to use it for, and I was really impressed with Chief's, his command staff who did that and the detail they took. On November 17th last month, Stro came and presented at the study session for council a real detailed review of everything that was done, the floor plans, and what the new police department, the proposed police department, would look like. So tonight, staff is requesting approval of the Stro Architect Inc. proposal to complete the 70% design and prepare the construction plans, authorize staff to arrange the financing if you decide to, and then eventually solicit the bids for construction. So after tonight, if it's approved, the next time you'll come back is when we have the bids for the building. This is really just I've got a couple quick slides. This is our current town hall, which is the white roof there, and the police department will be located on this property in the back, and it's actually the purple outline that you see in the back of the property behind the parking lot. This is sort of just one of the renderings. We have several, just what the front of the building will look like with a little sally port and just the glass and everything that they did. They were even talking sandstone from Dunbar stone and ash fork for the facade. This is the important part. This is the total project cost. Of course, we've spent about $147 for the 30% design. We'll need another $294,000 for the final design and the bid and construction services. We're estimating, and part of the process was that they went out and they had a professional firm look and estimate what the cost of this facility was going to be for the town. And they came back with an estimate of about $5.4 million. We're throwing about $500,000 sort of as a buffer for furniture and fixtures and all the other things that you're going to need. So the total project is going to be about $6.4 million in total. How are we going to pay for it? $940,000 of town funds. We're going to pay for the design and the furniture if we use that amount, and then I'm recommending a 25-year loan to pay for the balance of the project. And my recommendation, though, is that we go out for a $6 million loan, just in case the bids come out a little higher, give us a little bit of a buffer on it. And with that, if you approve it, this is sort of the construction timeline. The construction documents take about 15 weeks, bidding 4.5, probably 5 weeks. And we could actually be in construction as early as May or June of 21 and have it done February or March of 22, so the police officers could actually be using it in 22. They still have to furnish it and wire it and get the computers and all that kind of stuff done. So it'll be a year-long process moving in probably for them to do it. So with that, I'll entertain any questions if you have them.
I'll start over here with Lon. Questions?
I don't have any questions.
Comments?
No. No, not at this point.
Sounds good, looks good.
Corey?
Nope.
Confused?
No, you got anything?
Not at this time, no.
Okay. I would like to make a motion to table this to a later date to allow us further discussion and possibly an additional study session.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Right.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, nay.
Nay.
Motion carries. This will be tabled to a future date.
Thank you.
Okay. Item B, administer oath of office to Mayor-elect Jack Miller and Councilman-elect Tom Armstrong, Eric Granella, and Annie Perkins. So would you please gather out front here, folks, so you can be sworn in.
Shortly I will be.
Oh, you're leaving. You're done.
I'm done. Once you say I do, yes.
No, not me. One of these guys.
Oh, yes. Boy. Oh, don't worry. You'll need it. That's one of these late nights.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing? Are you scared?
Yeah, a little nervous, apprehensive, I should say. Not really scared. I think you guys won't be that bad, will you?
No, I don't think so. I won't pick on you any more than I have in the past.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Oh, I'm sorry, I was waiting for him to. I'm used to following
I'm
him.
sorry. Vice Mayor.
I'm used to following him around.
Grow up, you're a big boy.
You all right? You ready to come? Sure. Okay, here we go.
So being the, I'm still a deputy clerk, so I'm allowed to stop to administer the oath, and it's my honor to do so. This will be one of my last official acts as a town manager, so it's my honor to do this. So please raise your right hand and repeat after me. And when I stop to say your name, please just go down the row and say your names. State of Arizona.
State of Arizona.
County of Yavapai.
County of Yavapai.
State your name.
Oh, I, Jack Miller.
I, Tom Armstrong.
I, Annie Perkins.
I, Eric Readiness.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the laws of the state of Arizona,
and the laws of the state of Arizona,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and defend them against all enemies,
and defend them against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and I will faithfully and impartially
discharge the duties of the office
discharge the duties of the office
of
Mayor.
council member
Town council.
of the town of Chino Valley
of the town of Chino Valley
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Mayor, I need you up front. One of the official things we do is from mayor to mayor is pass the gavel.
No, you guys stay there.
But I'm not gonna use that.
Someone throw this?
And so
Yes,
nobody
the
else
mayor did.
uses that.
Ex-mayor.
It says Mayor Jack Miller, Town of Chino Valley, 2020 to 2022.
A little, we thought that maybe you might have some apprehensions of coming back to Chino, to the town hall.
Yeah.
So, we, all got this for you. Come back.
Put that on the door.
Take care. Do a good job. I get to go home.
Thank you, Mike.
Oh, thanks. Oh, I won't be too far, I'm sure.
Which way are you talking to? Hold it up for me. Are you not done?
I've been looking for this for a long time. Oh, my. We'll get together. Thank you.
Sat down.
Well, your knee's working good. The pink buffers it.
That would have been ugly.
You just gonna leave?
You betcha.
Aaron,
All right.
Aaron, when nobody knows where you sit.
Go grab this.
I
Yes.
am not sitting in the corner anymore.
You can sit right there. I'll take the corner.
Get out of that corner, right, Corey?
You go get it.
Okay. Where do you want whom?
That's when you know you're really gone. When
I'm just gonna stand here.
No, well, I know I'm gone when he changed the code on the door. I will.
Yeah, this works.
Mayor, can we entertain a 5-minute recess?
Sure. Do we have to do that? Do we need 5?
Tim?
Okay. Yes, sir, right there. Eric. Yeah, if you need 5. Okay, we're gonna take a short 5-minute break to get everything set up here.
All right.
I don't know whose game this is. Is it short?
Gotcha. Too many times in one day. Craig, show that picture of what appeared in your front yard this morning. Had a huge buck in his front yard this morning. I mean, huge.
Okay, so you got my weekly update. Well, you probably should have.
That's good enough for now. Where'd Annie go? I think she had to.
She had to get excused. Didn't take a break. She'll be back.
Good choice of words. Call everybody, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Before we do it, I'm gonna grab my book.
Yep. All right, Andrew's here, because we're gonna, hi Andrew. You're gonna get to go to work now, you get to deal with me.
Fair enough.
Corey, is this you? No.
You've seen that happen many times. Sit. If I sit, you can't see me over the top.
Yes, here's one. I've got that one.
Thank you.
It only lasts about 6 months.
Oh, I didn't even look. Look what they did to my granddaughter. Adriana. I'm working on it. That's you, that's me. You need a pen? There was an extra pen floating. Do you need one? Okay. Office, go away. Aaron, do we sign this and turn it back in?
Yeah, just me. I'll sign it and I'll give you the original back.
Okay. Done. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we all back? All in, all done?
Where's Matt? Only good pictures, Matt.
Was there anybody else out there, y'all? Is that it? I don't know if they want to come. They're probably all running. Okay.
Trying to beat the police department home.
Oh, look, you have a new plaque. A new nameplate, Jack.
I do. What's it say?
It says Jack Miller, Mayor.
Wow, that's a mistake.
I know.
All right, here we go. We're going to reconvene. We're going to go with item 6. C, consideration possible action to nominate and elect council member to serve as vice mayor. I make that motion, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, I want to make a motion that I'd like to nominate what's your name? Corey Mendoza as the vice mayor.
Second.
Second.
Man, got all kinds of seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries.
All right.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, items.
Aaron has another plaque for you.
Glad that one went that way.
Now it's official.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, proper prior planning.
Okay, we're all
I had
good
one
now?
for all of you, just in case.
Okay, item D, consideration possible action to rezone approximately 3.18 acres of real property from dual zoning of AR5 agricultural residential 5-acre minimum and SR2 single-family residential 2-acre minimum zoning districts to the SR1 single-family residential 1-acre minimum zoning district to bring the property into conformance located on the east side of Chino, approximately 600 feet north of Red Cinder Road. Will,
All right. 1 second here.
you could stay for a while, don't you?
I'm actually going to swap out with Christina for the next
Oh,
one.
well, that'll
so.
teach her.
Alrighty, good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and newly elected council. The item before you is a requested zone change from the dual zoning of AR5, agricultural residential, 5-acre minimum, and SR2, single-family residential, 2-acre minimum, to the SR1, single-family residential, 1-acre minimum zoning district, The applicant and property owner is in attendance tonight, so if you have any questions following this presentation, he is more than willing to answer them. Subject property itself is located on the east side of Chino, approximately 600 feet north of Red Cinder Road. The property is surrounded primarily from properties that were developed through the land split process. To the northeast, you have the town's Old Home Manor, and then to the northwest, you have the Sunrise Subdivision. The subject property itself is 3.18 acres and is currently used as a single-family residence that was constructed back in 2019. The property also has an accessory structure located in the northeast corner of the property that was constructed in 1989. The town's general plan designates the subject property as medium-density residential. You have commercial designation to the east, and then to the north, west, and south of the property is also medium-density residential. As previously mentioned, the dual zoning on this property is AR5 and SR2. The northern portion of the property is AR5, and the southern portion is SR2. Surrounding zonings of this property, to the north and east, you have AR5. To the south, you have SR2. AR5 to the southeast, you have industrial. East, you have commercial, heavy. And then you have some SR1 on the northwest portion from the property here. A bit of property history. Prior to 2018, this property existed as a 3.18 acre piece of property. This property then was subsequently split without coming through the town process, resulting in the creation of two parcels that were non-conforming by town standards. And as a result of that, they were deemed unbuildable. The applicant purchased and rezoned the southern parcel here and proceeded to rezone that under Ordinance 18857 and then constructed as single-family residence. The applicant then purchased the northern parcel and combined the two under staff's direction in August of 2020 this year. The applicant is intending to rezone, and if approved, is intention to subdivide the parcel into two roughly equal sizes to construct a new residence on the new easternmost parcel. The item was presented to the Planning and Zoning Commission on November 3rd. The only questions asked by the commission were whether or not there were already two residents on site. No, that is not correct. There's a single-family residence, and then there is an accessory structure on the northeast corner. A member of the public asked how the access and utilities were going to be handled for the site. The access for the newly created lot will be through a flag lot, and utilities will be well and septic. The item was approved 7-0. As far as the general plan conformance, the property has a general plan land use designation of medium density residential. The applicant is requesting a rezone from the dual zoning of SR2 and AR5 to SR1 in order to bring the property into conformance. The applicant's proposed zone change meets the intent and of medium density residential designation. And then zoning conformance, the general area supports medium density residential based on the zoning of the surrounding properties. With that said, staff is recommending that it's not Planning and Zoning Commission, the Town Council forward a recommendation of approval to Staff is recommending that the Town Council approve the rezone of approximately 3.18 acres of real property from the dual zoning of AR5, agricultural residential, 5-acre minimum, and SR2, single-family residential, 2-acre minimum zoning districts to SR1, single-family residential, 1-acre minimum zoning district to bring the property into conformance. With that said, I will open it up to questions and discussion from the council.
Okay, Lon?
I have no questions.
None.
You good? Eric? Court?
None.
Colin?
Amy.
Hi, can you go back, please, to the slideshow, the page that had the different surrounding land uses. There we go. Sure. So instead of SR2 or AR5, it's going to be SR1.
Correct.
That's all, thank you.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the rezone of approximately 3.1 acres of real property from the dual zoning of AR5, agricultural residential, 5-acre minimum, and SR2, single-family residential, 2-acre minimum, zoning districts to the SR1, single-family residential, 1-acre minimum, zoning district to bring the property into conformance located on the east side of Chino, approximately 600 feet north of Red Cinder Road.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Before we ask for a vote, is this when we need to have Andrew come in regards to?
Andrew, there was some discussion about having Tom Armstrong weighing in on something that he already weighed in on P and Z. So if you wanted to offer some comment.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, and welcoming council members. There isn't any conflict of interest in the two positions because it's a recommendation from the P&Z Commission. So I think that Councilmember Armstrong is free to vote on this one, even though he made a recommendation as a P&Z Commissioner.
Thank you. We just want to make sure the public understood.
All right, thank you. Okay, motion been made and seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, item E. Consideration possible action to approve the Heritage Point final plot to record the first of 4 phases in subdividing approximately 89.9 acres into 75 1-acre lots located approximately 1,700 feet west of southwest corner of West Road 4 North and North Road 1 West. You're not Will no more.
No, Christina. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. Before you is a request for approval of the Heritage Point final plat to record the first of 4 phases in subdividing approximately 89.9 acres into 75 1-acre lots. Oops. The subject properties are located along the south side of West Road 4 North between Chino Lakes 2 and Appaloosa Meadows Phase 2 subdivisions and are currently zoned SR1 single-family residential 1-acre minimum, and are designated as, by the general land use plan, as medium-density residential 2 acres or less. Town Council approved the Heritage Point preliminary plat in September of 2019. Following council approval, the project continued through technical review for comments by town staff. Phase 1 of the final plat will subdivide the first 20 lots in the northwestern portion of the proposed development. Town staff has determined that the final plat as proposed meets town development standards for SR1 zoning for building setbacks, minimum lot area, and minimum lot frontage. The main access to the site will be off of West Road 4 North. All streets will be dedicated to the town of Chino Valley with improvements completed as required, and all lots will be served by on-site wells and septic systems. On Tuesday, November 3rd, the Planning and Zoning Commission held a public hearing. Several residents from the neighboring properties were in attendance to give public comment. Comments and questions from the public were in regard to increased traffic through Appaloosa Meadows via Talia Place to access West Road 3 North rather than driving to West Road 4 North. Residents also asked about the impact of additional private wells and septic systems. Staff, commission members, and the engineer for the development addressed these comments and noted that the Appaloosa Meadows Phase 2 was designed to connect to Heritage Point, previously planned as Appaloosa Meadows 3, via Talia Place as part of the overall development. The Arizona Department of Water Resources has approved the water availability for the development, and the sewer infrastructure is not located near enough to feasibly require extending services to the site. After discussion, the Planning Commission voted unanimously to forward a recommendation of approval for the first of 4 phases of the Heritage Point final plat to Town Council with the following stipulations. The drainage report should be modified as follows. Quantify the overtopping and depth and velocity at Road 4 North. Provide water modeling of the outlet structures at 4 North to show that velocities are low enough to prevent erosion. Provide a drainage summary map as requested. Address miscellaneous comments as required by the town engineer. And prior to recording the final plat, a letter of credit should be submitted to the town in the amounts required by the section 5 of the subdivision regulations. Questions or discussion?
I know before we go into this that there has been a petition submitted, and I know that there's some folks here for that. Would the council like to hear from them regarding the petition? Yes, ma'am.
I'm certainly
Mayor,
fine with it.
from what I gather, the petition is specifically regarding the entrance and exit of the plot, not regarding the building itself.
Oh, that's true.
I can pass it along if you like.
Sure. So, yes, you'd like to hear from them?
I'm fine with it. If,
Okay. Is there somebody here that has something they want? One at a time.
Mayor Miller, would you like to limit the
Yes,
time on this?
I'm sorry, you have 3 minutes to do this.
How long?
3 minutes.
Cool. I can do that.
Okay, sir.
We're asking the town to require the developer of Heritage Point to provide an additional access on the south edge of the development out to Road 3 via, off of Navajo via Cochise or the other street.
Yavapai?
Yes. No, not
Mojave,
Yavapai.
Mojave.
Yes, right. You have, I had brought, and I assume that you all have the talking points that I was, brought to present tonight, so I didn't have to go through them all. I was hoping that you'd had a chance to kind of look through them to see, what all of our points are. And I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have in a moment. We're currently working, I want to let you, this is brand new information for us to bring to you since I brought the paperwork yesterday. We're currently working with Dave Brugman, P-E-P-T-O-E, Randy Dittenberner, P-E-P-T-O-E, and Paul Guzik of Lee Engineering for the Phoenix office of that company, Lee Engineering. Lee Engineering is a specialized traffic engineering and transportation planning firm. Their initial assessment confirms our beliefs regarding traffic accessing Heritage Point going mainly through Appaloosa Meadows. They are studying the maps we have shown and the map that we presented to you and proposed that we sent showing the proposed development and the surrounding areas, including the locations of both Chino Valley proper and Prescott. We are anticipating an official report from them soon. That report would confirm our beliefs that due to basic human nature, the people that are going to be moving into this development will not drive north to 4 to drive out to 89, but will take the more direct route, which is Talia Way, and drive through our neighborhood. And that's our point of contention, that 75 homeowners will drive through our small, through our quiet neighborhood in order to access all the points south. There are a couple points that I'd like to also address really quickly from the P&Z meeting from a month ago. There was a comment made that the Talia Place option would inconvenience 8 residents as opposed to 20 plus on Mojave, or off, not Mojave, but that other street I can't remember the name of. This is not entirely accurate, as the traffic will filter through all of Appaloosa Meadows 2, affecting 70 homes on Harrison and the 4 streets that go between Harrison and Road 1. So they'll come out of Talia and won't necessarily go straight down Talia, but can turn onto Harrison and then come down Talia Place, Heather, and the street I live in, which I can't remember the name of right now.
Okay, I'm sorry, but your time's up, sir. Thank you.
And if I may, have you state your name for the record, sir?
Lou Figoni.
Lou, if you have someone else with you that can finish your presentation, they're welcome to for that 3 minutes individually.
No.
You can continue.
Huh?
Do you have anything more to say?
Yeah, I do have more to say. Can I take her time?
No.
All right.
No, you can. If you have something more to say. I only have 2 things.
It's very short, 30, 45 seconds. I just want to address a couple things that happened at the P&Z meeting. We showed up, to be heard. We don't feel that we were heard. We felt that we were pretty much bulldozed. There was a comment made, as I was saying, that it would inconvenience, what I just talked about. There are 4 streets. They'll filter through the neighborhood. There was also a comment made at the public
that the Public Works Director, Frank Marbury, held more sway because of an engineering stamp intimating that we as just plain residents were incensed that the speaker was inferring that there was no expertise amongst it, that we were just peon residents, and that Frank Marbury, because he had an engineering stamp, held more sway than we did. And we feel that as residents of our town, we hold as much sway in any conversation as anybody else, no matter what their title or position is. That's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. I see on the time, well, I've got 3 minutes, so thank you.
Yeah, please state your name. I forgot to ask
My
you
name
that.
is Lindsay Mills.
First time doing this job today.
Oh, congratulations. My name's Lindsay Mills. I live at 2681 Alec Place, and our property backs up to Talia Place and Road 1. There's two things that I just want to bring forth. When that tract of property was approved for the zoning, and all of us that moved in subsequent to that knew about that. We've enjoyed our cattle on the pasture, but that's all good. Things have changed in that period of time. The community is growing. The police department is stretched to the maximum as far as speed enforcement. Road 1, because of the roundabout at 4 and all of the activity going on, is a speedway during certain hours of the day, and there's very little traffic enforcement. So I want to put that out there first. Second, we'd love to see more like speed limit signs on Road 1 to kind of control it so that people understand this is a residential area, even though it's a connector. And second, the Talia Place access will result probably in slower response times, because if an ambulance has to come from the fire department and it has to go up 3 and down Road 1, it's not going to get to Talia, through Talia Place into that development nearly as quickly as it would if it had a secondary access from Road 3. So that's just, seems to me from a land use planning aspect that if you have more accesses, you're going to spread out the impact on the surrounding areas. And we all know that Chino Valley's growing. That's a double-edged sword. But it would really be good if we could mitigate all of that and make it not as onerous for the people who already live there. So I just want to offer that. And I come to you with a background in planning with the city of Las Vegas. So I understand the issues that you're dealing with, but this is just a really important thing to maintain the quality of that neighborhood. And it's really maintaining well from a standpoint of holding its value, its attractiveness. It's 15 years old. It should have gone through a process of, you know, rentals and degradation, and it hasn't. So we really want to do, what we really want to do is uphold the quality of that. So I just offer that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? All right. Lonnie, comments?
I do not have any.
Please?
No comment.
No comment.
We seem to be discounting the fact that there is going to be ingress and egress from Road 4 North. So if there's a problem with Talia Place, it seems like we're robbing Peter to pay Paul if we send everybody out Coach East, Mojave, any of those. I mean, we're looking at the same problem. I believe Frank and Josh during the P&Z meeting both pointed out that those roads are small. It would take a lot of money for them to expand and be able to hold the traffic also. So I think that needs to be taken into consideration. If your traffic engineers come in with a report, I'd like to see it, sure.
Any?
Tom said it well.
I'll submit it.
Frank?
For one, your petition actually is promoting the complete closure of the Talia Place entrance. It's not even talking about using it as primary and secondary. But besides that, to be consistent with my voting, and we've been through this in more than one occasion, that before you buy a piece of property, I would encourage you to look at the entire zoning of the areas. I know when this subdivision was built, Talia was placed, the road was actually constructed to a higher standard, that it was known all along. So, so I'm gonna, again, vote the way I always have, and buyer beware.
Okay. How about a motion, Corey? No, go ahead.
Sorry, Frank Marbury, town engineer, and I just want to say, since my name was brought up, that I did not forward anything about a stamp saying that I was more important to anyone else. So
Okay, I'm sure you did.
he was intimating, I have trouble with that word too.
That's okay.
That I was saying something where I was above them. I never said any such thing and never mentioned my stamp or anything, so it wasn't me that made
Okay,
those
sir.
comments.
All right, thank you.
With that, I make a motion to approve the Heritage Point final plat to record the first of 4 phases in subdividing approximately 89.9 acres into 75 one-acre lots located approximately 1,700 feet west of the southwest corner of West Road 4 North and North Road 1 West with the following stipulations. Drainage report needs to be modified to the town engineer's specification and comments as follows. Number 1, the drainage report shall quantify the overtopping depth and velocity at Road 4 North. Item 2, provide water modeling of the outlet structures at 4 North to show that velocities are low enough to prevent erosion. 3, provide drainage summary map as requested. Item 4, address miscellaneous comments as required by the town engineer. And finally, prior to recordation of final plat, a letter of credit shall be submitted to the town in the amounts required by Section 5 of the subdivision regulations.
All right, a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, motion made and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item F, consideration possible action to reduce stipulated right-of-way dedication under ordinance 2019-872 from 25 feet to 15 feet in accordance with new subdivision regulations and subsequent, except the dedication of the reduced right-of-way located 490 feet east of the northeast corner of West Center Street and Sycamore Vista Drive at 1370 West Center Street. Will, you're back.
I am back. All right. We'll be brief on this one. I don't have a presentation set up for this. On September 24th, 2019, Town Council approved the rezoning of parcel 306-21010T under ordinance 2019-872. A stipulation of this rezone was the dedication of 25 feet of right-of-way along Center Street in accordance with town code at the time. This right-of-way was never dedicated. When Town Council approved the new subdivision regulations under ordinance 2020-885 back on September 8th, 2020, the right-of-way requirements were reduced from a total of 100 feet to 80 feet on Center Street. Staff is asking Town Council to approve a reduction in right-of-way required from 25 feet to 15 feet in the subsequent acceptance of the reduced right-of-way. And I will open it up to any questions that you may have.
Any questions, Council?
Nope.
All right.
I make a motion to approve to reduce the stipulated right-of-way under ordinance 2019-872 from 25 feet to 15 feet in accordance with the new subdivision regulations and subsequential accept the dedication of the reduced right-of-way.
Okay, motion made, second. Cloyce seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Item G, consideration possible action to approve the cooperative purchasing agreement with Santan Auto Partners LLC for the purchase of a 2021 Police Interceptor Utility all-wheel drive vehicle in the amount of $35,555.28 and outfitting the vehicle through MHQ of Arizona in the amount of $21,247.03 for the total purchase of $56,802.31. You're not Chuck.
I am not.
Okay, you guys need to follow this rule. So we can- okay.
Random
Hello, Randy.
substitutions here.
Hello. So yeah, it's just to add one additional vehicle to our fleet, and we will be retiring out one of our older vehicles. So that's
Okay.
the purchase price of the vehicle, and then to outfit it, as you guys see, it's somewhat expensive to outfit the vehicle, almost as much as the vehicle costs.
Right, right. Questions, anyone?
No questions.
No there? Yes, ma'am.
Joe, did we already approve this in the budget? Yep. Okay. No questions.
Okay, Corey.
With that, I make a motion to approve the cooperative purchasing agreement with Santan Auto Partners LLC for the purchase of a 2021 Police Interceptor Utility all-wheel drive vehicle in the amount of $35,555.28 and the outfitting of the vehicle through MHQ of Arizona in the amount of $21,247.03 for a total purchase price of $56,802.31.
Second.
Seconds by Cloyce. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item H, consideration possible action to approve the professional service agreement with Wildan Financial Services Incorporated regarding the impact fee study amount of $58,900. Well, there you got it right. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Mr. Mayor. This item we brought to council at the study session on November 17th. As the prior council actually had a hour-long presentation or 2-hour-long presentation in January of 2020. And with COVID, we postponed the item. We brought it up to council at the last study session, and council recommended that we bring it to the council for a vote to either approve or not approve.
No slides?
No slides.
Wow. Good boy. Can you maybe do a short recap?
Okay, so
off the top of your head for the new guys?
basically with the new, Chino Valley used to charge impact fees. And then the law changed. Senate Bill 1525, I believe, if our attorney shakes his head, that's correct. And so at that point, a lot of the rules on how you can use impact fees and what you can charge them for changed. They had to be generally more specific to the development or the impact that the new development's bringing. So you could maybe have a road to a new subdivision's coming in, but you could charge a road impact fee for that, but you can't charge a road impact fee that blankets the entire community and do road work anywhere you want to. So part of the stipulations in the law change was also that you have to do a study, and that study has to link with the general plan, and there's other requirements that we have to do. You have to hire a consultant basically to put that study together. At the study session, we thought it was actually with the new town manager coming in, because it's going to force us to do some capital project planning and some long-range planning and put everything together. It's really in itself not a bad exercise for us to go through and do. So we're looking at parks impact fees, police impact fees, and road impact fees. And we have to, it's about a year-long process to do, probably about 18 months before we can actually start charging impact fees. This will determine the amount, how we can charge, and just go through all that process. So does that help?
Yes. Okay. Any questions? Any further questions? You good? You good? Yes, sir.
Is that on new developments or existing situations?
It'll be all for new construction.
Okay.
Yeah.
None?
I'm good.
Okay. Corey?
With that, I'll make a motion to approve the professional services agreement with Wildan Financial Services regarding an impact fee study in the amount of $58,900.
Motion
Second.
made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. I, consideration possible action to approve the town's participation with and authorize the mayor to sign the One Arizona Opioid Settlement Memorandum of Understanding. This is you again?
Yes, it is. I'll present.
Okay.
I'll be really quick. So the Attorney General's office is asking all cities and towns, basically, and counties to execute and return a memorandum of understanding for basically a statewide opioid settlement. They're looking at probably the amount to be around $300 to $400 million, and depending on the number of communities that sign up within each county, there's a very complicated little formula, but our attorney understood it and he actually did the math correctly. So we're anticipating that Chino Valley will receive, if everything's done right, between $49,000 and $49,000 to $65,000. The money will go into a grant fund. There's a lot of stipulations on how you use the money. You can use it for treatment, prevention. It has to be opioid related. There's another section that we're thinking we can use it for equipment or testing stuff for the police department. So we're not sure how we'll use the funds, and we also don't know how much exactly we'll receive. But upon receipt, we'll let council know, and then we'll get into the details. And I know all the other cities and counties are going to be able to you know, they're all gonna have that discussion with their attorneys, how can we use the funds correctly too? So we'll make sure we use them correctly if upon receipt.
Okay. Questions?
What did we look to gain from this, Mr. Duffy?
Just 1 second.
3 to 400
sorry.
million.
So the total settlement for the state's gonna receive between $300 and $400 million from the companies. But we only get a fraction of that. We're gonna get between $49,000 and $65,000.
There's taxes, you know.
Is all
government,
we'll receive.
State, federal,
Yeah.
FICA.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tom, go ahead.
Is everybody gonna sign off on this, or are we taking a chance by doing it that we might get less money or more money, or do we know?
Andrew, would you like to address that?
I'd be happy to. Mayor and council members, the opioid settlement document, the MOU that's in front of you right now, didn't come to us as cities and towns until after the Attorney General had negotiated it entirely with the counties. And so right now, the only way that funds flow to the cities and towns in the state is via the county's allocation. And so if you as one or more cities or towns in the various counties decide to opt out, what will happen is your chunk of the settlement money will make its way back into the overall pool for distribution according to the formula. And it's basically that 54% of the money goes to the counties, 46 goes back to the state. Then of that amount, the counties get allocations based upon their size, and then the cities within the county take a portion after that. So opting out really only puts you in a position where your money goes back into the pool, and then you have the opportunity to go and litigate on your own and try and achieve something in the opioid settlement as well, which really hasn't. That's kind of a big ticket item. That's a very expensive process, and City of Phoenix was involved in this process, but wasn't actually in the final settlements because they're obviously sitting in the county as well. So the city's felt a little cut out, but the downside is if you say no, it goes back in the pool and gets distributed elsewhere. Some of that would be in Yavapai County, but other counties would get their chunk as well.
Okay, so opting out is 0 and opting in is maybe.
Yes.
Got it.
Better than me,
Hayden?
but yeah.
I'm
Can I
good,
make a
thank
motion
you.
to- Oh, I'm sorry,
No, she's good.
okay. I make a motion to approve the town's participation and authorize,
See, it's tough, isn't it?
it is, that's, yeah, and authorize the mayor to sign the One Arizona Opioid Settlement Memorandum of Understanding.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item J, consideration and possible action to approve the purchase of a Herber screw press, Q press 440.2 for the wastewater treatment plant in the amount of $242,230.64. This is Frank, and you're here.
Yes. Thank you, Mayor, Mayor Miller, Vice Mayor Mendoza, members of council. This item is to approve the purchase of Huber screw press, as mentioned. The current plant operations, I didn't bring any slides, sorry. No slides of the wastewater plant right now, but basically the last part of the process is before disposal, you try and dewater the sludge as much as possible. Currently, since the beginning of the plant operation about 15, 16 years ago, they've used a belt press to do that. What staff has looked into for replacement of that, as it's aged and needs replacement, is to go to a newer technology, a little better technology, using a screw type press, which should, they estimate, reduce our disposal charges $10,000 to $15,000 a month, based on the amount of water, extra water that we just, when we squeeze out the water, it just goes back in the plant for reprocessing. So instead of paying to haul water off, that's some efficiencies there. Plus replacing the aging equipment. Staff's recommending going with the Huber product. We currently, all of our headworks screening systems are Huber products as well. So it helps us with unified maintenance. I liken it, going back to my irrigation days, is if you use Rainbird heads, you like to use all Rainbird sprinkler heads to have the same parts. So that's essentially what we're asking for. It's a compact enough unit and self-contained enough that our staff is actually going to do the installation. So it delivers on a pallet, and our staff can actually perform the installation ourselves. So that also is helping save some money instead of a big belt press that you have to have someone set up for you. This is all a compact unit. We actually demoed one that they brought out inside a trailer that was a little smaller. So if you need any questions on that, we're asking. The unit itself is $219,000, and then there's some extra equipment for us to install it, and of course sales tax, those taxes. So the total is $242, $230, and 64 cents.
Okay.
And be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Frank? Anyone?
I got one.
Yeah.
Frank, what is the expected longevity of this piece of equipment?
It should last every bit of 15 years, like the belt press, is what I would expect, with regular maintenance, of course.
Joe, this is budgeted already?
Yes, sir. We had budgeted $230,000 for the screw press. It's a little bit more, but these are coming out of the WIFA Repair and Replacement Fund. And for the new council members, what that is when the town took out WIFA loans to pay for the wastewater treatment plant, they required us to put about $75,000 to $85,000 a year into our savings account and dedicate that money for repair and replacement. The thought being, these are 20-year loans, the plant's going to need some help, or things are going to break and need to be replaced. So anytime we replace a unit like the belt press with a piece of this equipment, we can draw those funds down that we've just been saving every year. And for example, the last time we did it is when we replaced the filters in the plant. It was about $350,000. We were able to draw that down. Right now, we have a balance of just over $1 million in the repair and replacement fund to do this. And this is also on the 5-year capital plan that we did for the wastewater treatment plant. So,
thank you, Joe.
Okay.
And it'll pay for itself in 2 years.
There you go.
Depending on the rates they charge us.
Questions on this side?
I like it.
Questions over here?
I make a motion to approve the purchase of the Huber Screw Press, Q Press 440.2 for the wastewater treatment plant in the amount of $242,230.64, and approve addendum to scope of supply and terms of conditions.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item K, consideration possible action to approve the town manager's separation, release, and temporary assignment agreement regarding town manager Cecilia Gritman. Laura.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So I don't have an official presentation for you. I'm here, Andrew and I are here to answer any questions that you might have. The proposed agreement that was put together we've given the town manager, Cecilia, an opportunity to read it and understand it. And she has agreed to the provisions in terms of the agreement. So if you have any questions for us.
Any questions? Any?
Can I second this one? That's my question.
Can you do what?
Can I offer the second on this one?
Gotta
Yes.
be quick.
Any
make a
questions
motion
on this
to-
side?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We were done. Make a motion to approve the town manager separation, release, and temporary assignment agreement.
Oh, motion made and
Second.
go ahead.
Annie wants to-
I will second the motion.
All right. Motion made and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item L, consideration possible action to amend the prior appointment of Councilmember Kelly as an alternate to the League of Arizona Cities and Towns Regulations Committee and appoint alternate position Councilmember Perkins. There's no real presentation. There's no real presentation on this. We're just gonna rotate the two people. They've both been talked to and everything's fine with it. So it's just a mere formality.
Second.
So I make a motion to appoint Councilmember Perkins as alternate to the League of Arizona Cities and Towns Resolutions Committee.
Motion's made second by?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That carries. Oh, my goodness. What did I sign up for?
It's only 7:30. We're doing good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Consideration and possible action to adopt the 2021 base council meeting schedule. This is your Aaron,
Base council meetings.
and that calendar's in our
Base
packets.
council.
And the calendar was provided in the packet, so if anybody has any
Did you see it?
questions.
Did you see it?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Any questions? Anybody got any problems?
Nope.
Okay, that was easy. Corey, you're up.
Make a motion to adopt the 2021 base council meeting schedule.
Motion made and
Second.
seconded by Cloyce. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
Lon?
motion carries. Lon?
Lon.
Lonnie, your turn.
My turn?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
You know we have an executive session, right?
Yes, there is an executive session. And is that in here?
Second.
Okay. Immediate following. Thank you. Oh, motion made, seconded by Cloyce.
All right, Annie, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Annie did? I'm sorry, I missed you.
It's okay. It happens
Okay,
in
we're
the corner.
adjourned. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Aye.
Oh, my goodness.
You have his contact info.
Off and running.